Edo State Government has petitioned the Inspector General of Police over last Thursday's breakdown of law and order in Benin-City, the state capital, blaming court-reinstated Deputy Governor of the state, Shaibu, and others for allegedly attempting to execute a judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja, for which a stay of execution had been filed and appealed entered. Now, in the petition signed by the State Solicitor General, Professor Faith Osadolo, on behalf of the State Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, the state government alleged that Shaibu, contrary to the rule of law, resorted to self-help, leading to the wanton destruction within Benin metropolis and death of a police officer. Now, the government therefore has urged the police to thoroughly investigate the matter by inviting Shaibu and associates, and if found culpable, should be brought to book. Now, the document was addressed to the Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG Zone 5. What are your thoughts on this story?
Yes, that is what makes politics very, some people brand politics as something very dirty. In the first place, no matter the bad blood between the governor and the deputy, I mean, how can you impeach a man? You just have how many months to go? But I think by September or so, they are conducting the elections. They should have been able to mend fences to live together until they end their tenure. Now, Baseke had to wield the big stick, and boom, the deputy was impeached. I don't think, I studied that matter, but I don't think the impeachment procedure, the impeachment followed the right procedure. It did not. It did not follow it. That is why, even if they try that matter in the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal, I think the deputy will win. I followed that matter. The procedure was wrong. You cannot just wake up one morning and say, come, impeach this man without reading out charges. They are playing politics. And that was, this court might have seen that it was just political. Maybe Shaibu never committed any crime that will warrant impeachment. And that was why that judgment came. And when a judgment is made like that, judgment was entered in favor of the Deputy Shaibu. Normally, the state government will go for appeal, but maybe Shaibu could not wait. Maybe he was overzealous too, and whatever has happened has happened. When an event like that happens, when an incident like that happens, you cannot blame only one party. The two parties are involved. If you slap me and I don't retaliate, there will not be a fight.
So we cannot keep having scenarios like this where, according to you, which you have said, it may be them playing politics.
Politics, yes.
We're talking about Nigerians here. These are people that are leading Nigerians, leading humans, leading people who are actually paying their tax, leading people who deserve good leadership. So we cannot keep having this, tussle up there. Look at what happened with the chief whip sack in the National Assembly. And a lot of people are saying, oh, that's just political, this and that. We cannot keep having these scenarios in our political class, especially looking at the state of the country's economy and what the people are going through. When the people see what is going on up there, they're like, are these people even aware of, the pain of the citizens or the residents of this country at this moment, where all of these things are even being talked about at the moment? In
the past, you may not know much about it. In the past, before 2000 and before 1999, in the past, these are it is the politicians that will create way for the military to take over. That was in the past. Now, you see, there should be some civility on the part of public office holders. Look at what is happening in River State now. Every now and then, one party is going to court, the other party is going to court, and the courts are flooded with cases of Fubara, Amewule followers, Wiki Pro Wiki. This is uncalled for. This is not the kind of leadership we bargain for. You see, so I think in the coming republic, if they are going to review the constitution, they should review it and give the citizens some power to sack their governors by way of either protest or recall.
So the review that we had of the Constitution,
yes,
there will be another review.
The review has not been completed. They should review it in such a way that they say if a governor misbehaves, while we are talking about his immunity and so on, the citizens who voted for him should have the power to call him to order. We have governors who are riding roughshod. We have governors who are virtually emptying their treasury. It happened in Kogi State. It was when he left office that people knew that the white elephant was really corrupt. It also happened in Kaduna State, where a whole lot of, that is, I'm taking the words of the Assembly, the House of Assembly, Kaduna State, that the governor misappropriated 420-something billion. And this thing will continue, you know, the thing keeps happening. It has become a recurring decimal. And that is why in the constitution they are going to review, they should make provision for the masses, for the electorate, to exercise some influence over those people they have elected, without necessarily.
What kind of influence?
Yes, without necessarily completing their tenure. Yes, but if you are a governor, for instance, we voted for you and we discover that majority of the people discover that you are taking their money, you are taking it and investing in your personal property. The people can come together. A section of the key stakeholders can come together to ensure they make a statement and, if possible, go to court for your impeachment. The impeachment should not just reside, the power to impeach should not just reside with the House of Assembly. Where, you know, it's a constitution where the people have power. People have, yes, the people should have power.
Don't you think this could be?
It is not, it is possible.
Don't you think it can be influenced by probably an opposition?
Everything in Nigeria and in the world, everything can be influenced. Yes. But we are talking now.
Do you agree it can be influenced by an opposition party?
What? There's nothing like, see.
Because you just said everything can be influenced.
Yes, but before the masses will take such an action, there will be tangible evidence to show. For instance, it's not difficult to know when the governor is stealing. Yes. Number one, the governor is always traveling. Number two, is always buying property. You cannot buy a property without a third party, remember. You cannot do any bank transaction without a third party. Because somebody must receive your money.
How would people even know that the governor is buying property?
Who said, let me remind you, in Bayelsa State, during the time of Alamesia, we were the members of the civil society. We got to know.
Because of your position
you move with the bank. The banks are public institutions. Sometimes you can write to them, say, look, if there is any transaction here concerning the government, let us know. If you don't let us know, the bank will risk being burnt down. You see, we are coming to a stage in Nigeria where if the politicians, if public office holders cannot listen to the people, it may lead to mass action. And that is what I mean in some cases. That's why they say we don't know where they protest. Protesting is a fundamental human right. You can't stop it.
Okay,
people will protest.
We'll actually get to that story,
yes,
because I have a lot of questions to ask you,
yes,
regarding that. But looking at, I'm interested in the immunity you made mention of, because this was in the news where a lot of arguments were on for that particular clause of the Constitution, talking about immunity of the leadership, that's the governors and his vice, where Nigerians are saying we should, in fact, take away the immunity so that we can handle the cases when they go overboard and probably do the wrong things, even while in office. Well, it seems you're not saying take it off completely.
No, if you take away the immunity, how will a chief executive perform?
Exactly.
What you do is limit, there are some areas where you have to take away. If the immunity is 100%, take away at least 30%. And let the governor, the president stay with 70%. So and those areas should be spelled out. You can see, Donald Trump was tried. And the so-called January 6 event, that incident occurred when Donald Trump was in office. Although he had immunity, look at the Supreme Court of the United States has said that Donald Trump, as president of America, should be able to enjoy some level of immunity, not total. Not absolute immunity, but limited what? Immunity. And that is what we should enshrine in the Constitution of Nigeria. So that while governors and presidents enjoy their immunity, the immunity should not be absolute.
And they can also be tried.
Yes, it should not be. It should not be absolute. No, when you are in office and you carry out any duty, there should be a limit to what you do. But beyond a particular limit, they will tell you, look, if you cross this line and do these things, you will be tried while in office. But if you do only these things that are necessary for your office, okay, limited immunity. You cannot take away the immunity. If you take away the immunity from governors and presidents, remember this is a federalism. If you take away that immunity, the person cannot even perform, execute his constitutional responsibilities.
And too many oppositions will be actually after that particular.